Okay, the impact or the any changes in the environment will affect on the people, will affect on the structure, will affect on the technology. So here concern will be how people behave in an organization under a given situation. Okay, so how people behave and how people join in an organization to achieve certain objectives. Definitely every people will join, every individual will join in the organization to achieve certain objectives. They may have their own certain objectives. So in order to accomplish their objectives and at the same time by performing in the organization, they will also accomplish the organizational goals. Okay, and people use some technology to produce goods and services. Okay, so without technology, for example, if we take machinery in the organization, without machinery we may not produce large sum of production. Okay, man-made products may not be seen in a large scale of production. Okay, so without machinery, without technology, application of technology, production of goods and services may not be possible. So therefore people are very important. And how the structure is followed, are they following the formal structure, are they following the informal structure? Okay, or else depending upon the situation they are following the structure in the organization, and how they are using the technology in the organization in order to produce goods and services. Okay, and finally people, structure and technology, they are the internal elements of the organization and how the environment affects them. Okay, so here a brief description regarding the four key elements has given. First of all, people means people make up the internal society of the organization. Okay, that system consists of individuals, groups, small and large groups. Okay, they may form officially or unofficially, formal or informally. People are dynamic in nature as they interact with each other and also influence each other. Okay, here people means there may not be um, there may not be a social system without people. Okay, society means what? Collection or individual, collective number of people. It is known as a society, that is known as a social system. So without people there will be no internal social system in the organization. And system consists of what? Means individuals and groups. They are the individuals and groups may be smaller groups or larger groups. Okay, and uh, these peoples have different which are formed officially or unofficially. Okay, that is the structure of the organization, and they have very dynamic nature. Okay, as they interact with other people, and the different traits they will have. The traits are nothing but the qualities of the people, because some have the intelligence or the personality will be differ from person to person. So OB studies the individual as a whole person. Okay, so behavior is the behavior directed towards the goals or not, it will be studied. Okay, so the main element is people in the organization, so we have to study about the people or individual. So how the people behave, how the individual behave as a whole person, as a whole person in the sense he will act differently while he is individually, he will act differently while he is with the group. Okay, like that, and he will act differently as a organization as a whole. So a whole person can be studied in these three aspects: at individual level, at group level, at organizational level. How he feels or how he behaves, all these will be studied. So this organizational behavior study is important in order to achieve the organizational effectiveness. Why? Because his behavior is directed, should be directed towards goals only. And coming to the second one, structure is, what does a structure means? In this world everything has a structure. For example, the human body, tree, house, etc. As I said before, so a structure defines the roles and responsibilities in the organization. So how the we know that each and every person in the organization performs his own roles and responsibilities. So how these roles and responsibilities were given means it depends upon the organization structure. It depends upon the division of work. Okay, so all the activities, okay, divided according to the departmental goals or according to the department. In formal structure, if we take the individual means the structure of the organization means, so it depends upon the activities, okay, how the activities were divided. For example, production department, HR department, marketing department. So it depends upon the activities of that particular department. Okay, so here either it may be formal or informal, people need organization, and organization need finally people. Therefore, how they perform in the structured organization, how they perform in the informal structured organization. So all this matters. So different duties will be performed by the different people at the end of the day. And the structure finally clarifies the authority and responsibility relationships. Basically, if we talk means informal structures, okay, or in formal organizations are very clarifies clearly the authority and responsibility of the people working in the organization. So that person is accountable to his work. He is accountable to the work to be performed by him. So therefore, formal and informal structure application depends upon the organization's style. Okay, coming to technology. So what does technology means? So technology, it provides resources to people which affect performance. Okay, people to do more also, and it also restricts people to do things in various ways. Okay, so technology means it has both pros and cons. So here we have benefits also. Okay, in today's world, without technology, work would be either difficult or even impossible. This is right, because without a machinery, without application of technology, we may not accelerate our product in the market so fastly. So in order to reach the customer, without application of technology, okay, the production or the marketability of the product may not be possible. Okay, technology, we have to compete with the competitors in the existing environments. Therefore, we have to definitely apply the technology. Technology provides resources with which people work and affects the task, because by application of technology, the effect will be seen in the task performance. Why? Because manually doing a product and with the application of a machinery, the production will be different. Okay, so how the task is performed, how effective the task is performed. Okay, effective in the sense how, in which time. Okay, the time sense will be seen. So effectiveness is that one. And the people are given the assistance of machines, tools, methods, and resources. So technology means application of machines, tools, and the different methods, okay, and different resources regarding the technology also. The nature of technology is contingent or dependent upon the nature of task and scale of operations. Here contingent is nothing but depends upon the situation. So it depends, technology application depends upon the situation, then only they will apply for the organization. So for example, if ours is a large scale operations, okay, then at that time we have to apply the technology in order to compete with the competitors. Okay, so therefore technology application is very important. It depends upon situation also. And the technology used has a significant influence on working relationships. Okay, so the employees should be habituated to the technology. Okay, they should be the skills and capabilities of the people working in the organizations, they should be effective. Okay, and it has cost as well as benefits also. Okay, and technology cost and benefits is nothing but, if we want to adopt a technology means, without investing more money we cannot adopt the technology. And at the same time, even though we adopt technology with investing more amount, more cost also, it implies it has benefits. Okay, so that is known as it has cost as well as benefits. Coming to environment, all organizations operate in both internal and external environments. A single organization does not exist alone. It is a part of large system that contains many other elements such as government, family and other organizations. Therefore, environment is nothing but, okay, if we study internal and external environments are related to the organizational state of affairs. That is nothing but the plans, policies, procedures, strategies, and how they affect the individual who is working in the organization, how the state of affairs affect that person. And coming to the external aspects, external is nothing but it is related to the government, it is related to the family, okay, how the employee behaves, okay, regarding the family issues, or he may be influenced with the aspects of government policies, families, okay. So he is interacted with all the external environment, and his behavior will be studied in the both environments. And now coming to levels of organization behavior. So levels of organization. So, what were the levels that were involved in the organizational behavior? Basically, the importance of organizational behavior is it in order to enhance the ability or knowledge of employee, okay, and in order to know the abilities, capabilities, and how to incorporate the necessary abilities to the employee in the organization, and how to motivate the employee, how to satisfy the employee, okay, how to increase the organizational efficiency by knowing the behavior, okay, and at the same time how to utilize the resources. If we are not using properly the resources means, so how to utilize them optimum at the optimum level, okay, how to utilize the resources, money, machinery, material, okay, and how, by predicting the individual and group behavior, so we may improve it improves the goodwill of the organization also, okay. If the employees are productive means definitely our organization's goodwill will be increased. So all these aspects are important for organizational behavior, okay. So the importance of the why we need organizational behavior means, these are some of the aspects like enhancing the ability or knowledge of employee, incorporate some abilities, okay, we have to motivate them, we have to see how the employee is satisfied or not, job satisfaction is not there, okay, or else the increase to increase the efficiency of the organization, how the behavior of employee is impacting on the efficiency of the organization, okay. All these things can be studied, okay, through organizational behavior. Now how these behaviors can be studied at different levels of the organizations, okay. So different levels of the organizations means, we see individual level, group level, then organizational level. First is the individual level. So at individual level, what aspects were studied, okay. So at individual level, he will be affected by, influenced by emotions, values, okay, attitudes, perception, personality, okay, job satisfaction, learning, values, okay, all these are related to individual aspects. So why we have to study all these means, the efficiency of employee or the capabilities of employee will depend upon the emotions, okay. For example, if he is not in a positive emotion means, the reasons may be different. He may have some family problems, or else he may have the organization problems within the work environment, he may facing some problems, okay. So all these affect on the efficiency of the worker, okay, ultimately which affects the organization's performance, okay. Like that, the values and attitudes also. So each person may have different values, he may believe in some values, attitudes, all these differ. Why? Because some may believe, he may have, some may follow very strictly the ethical and moral values, okay. So some may have very positive attitude, some may not have all this, okay. Like that, these affect the organizational performance. Why? Individual, if he is affected by the values and attitudes also belongs, because um, showing a very negative attitude towards other co-workers may affect the employees by creating conflicts. Okay, so coordination may not be in a proper way. So therefore the values and attitudes also matters in the individual. Perception means thinking, the how the individual will think in different situations, because as organization faces uncertainties and risks in the organization. For example, if there is any organizational change, there is change in the management, then how individual will feel. Okay, is he ready to accept to work with the new management or not? So the perception regarding the individual, how he thinks, how he acts. Okay, likewise personality, also the personality of the individual. Okay, how he behaves in the organization, even in the negative aspects also. Okay, how he behaves. Okay, how do he has controlling aspects on his values, emotions, attitudes, okay, etc. And coming to the group also, at group level, how individual performs. Okay, how individual acts. For example, in negotiation, at the time of conflicts, at the in communication, while dealing in groups and teams. Okay, we have different aspects like in groups, like group dynamics, group conflicts, communication, leadership, power and politics. Okay, all these. So in all these aspects, how individual will respond. Okay, uh, ultimately it depends upon the individual aspects. Okay, so how he behaves individually and how he behaves in group also. Okay, negotiation, for example, if we take, means negotiation is nothing but an agreement. Okay, an agreement. If a manager of a department, of an organization, if he wants to deal with the external environment people like suppliers, for example, if there is any problem, means he has to negotiate. As a negotiator, he has to play well. Okay, and then only with a compromising agreement, it should be benefited to organization as well as to the supplier also. Okay, like that he has to negotiate. How he behaves in the negotiation, do the individual have the negotiation skills? Okay, so conflicts means the individual, how he acts at the time of conflicts. Okay, do he has the capabilities to suppress those conflicts? Do he has a coordination skills? Okay, do he communicate in a proper way? Okay, though in informal communication also, how he acts at the time of conflicts. Okay, and how he behaves in the groups, how he behave as a team leader. Okay, or as a team member, how he acts. All these matters. Okay, so we study at individual level, we have to study at group level how he behaves, and totally at the organizational level how he behaves. If we take at organizational level, how we may study the behavior of the individual. Okay, how means, for example, as I said before, if there is any change in the management, means he should be ready to accept those changes, because immediate change in the management may be affected on the policies and procedures of the organization, the state of affairs. Why? Because the new management may have their own policies and procedures. So according to their policies and procedures, this individual should be habituated to those. Okay, so therefore he should have those qualities. Okay, accepting the organizational change. Okay, or else if there is any technological change, so he should be ready to accept those technological changes. He should learn those technological skills. He should train for those technological skills. Okay, at the same time, organizational culture, for example, each organization has its own culture. Okay, so like one organization may follow openness, one organization may follow compassion. Okay, one organization culture may be trustworthiness. So some organizations have their own culture, okay, employee development, like that. So he should be able to adopt the organizational culture. So how he believes the how he acts according to the organization culture or not, it is seen. So the behavior of the individual will be studied at in the aspect of change, in the aspect of culture, while taking decision making, okay, process will be done. So at the time of decision making, how he behaves, okay, and at leadership qualities, do he have a leadership qualities or not, okay. Does he impact the employees working in the organization or not, okay. How he behaves, okay, do he has a leadership qualities or not, influencing capacity, motivating capacity, okay, like that. At each and every level, individual's behavior will be studied. Why? Because all these leads to, at the end of the day, the performance of the organization, effectiveness of the organization, okay. So these forces will be studied, or else the levels of the organization behavior can be studied at these three levels.